boss himself, the Football Kenya Federation President Nick Mwendwa, thank you very much for making it to the set at this particular time.
Thank you, Master.
I know you've come in a hurry.
Yeah, I had to rush.
And when we talk about the state of stadium facilities here in the country, it is something that has affected the football negatively, and we cannot hide that in any way. I don't know even how well to put it.
It's a nightmare for me. It's a nightmare because Africa respects us, and Africa wants to come to Kenya. Africa wants to play football here. Africa feels that the 51 million people of Kenya love football, and we deserve a place in the game. And we have tried as FKF to push, but our mechanism around how government gets things done has frustrated us. Nyayo, 1 year plus 3 months, I think, down the line is not up. You can imagine the KPL teams. They don't have a place to go and train. Kipkeino, Kinoru, Kasarani, at least we can go to it and play against Ethiopia tomorrow. But it's frustrating. I know there are counties that have made good steps. You know, Kakamega, Mombasa, Kisii, good steps. Not international stadium, but good steps. So I can only ask the guys to try and do something, because what we have decided as FKF is that we're not going to bid for any more events until we actually get them done.
And are you confident from where you're sitting that we will get them done? Because we know what time it takes to construct.
The issue, Moses, has been budget. And government has got a raft of processes to go through to get it done. So when a process is made, the promise itself is not the delivery, because there is a raft of processes that have to walk through before you get to it. So there's parliament, there's executive, there's treasury, there's the ministry. The ministry doesn't sit with the money. So before you go through it, in these 2 years I've been doing this, it's excruciatingly painful to get it done. Especially when the budget is a big budget. And I can tell you, Stadia commands big budget. If you look at the Stade de France, Stade de France cost 300 million to build. We don't want Stade de France. Our stadium, by the way, are costing just about 1 billion to do, Moses. So can we actually do them? I think the answer is yes. 4 stadium, super stadium to do done, identified. Yes, we can do it. I still believe and hope, because I'm an optimist. Moses, I wouldn't be here if I wasn't optimistic. I think the guys can do it. I think we need to work further and get everybody on board, from parliament, from everyone, and say, this stadium have to be finished. Where is the money? Because the issue is one thing. The contractors are telling me, Nick, we can't finish, there's no money. Them paid, let's get it done.
But what's the general feeling when the government promises and they're so confident that they will deliver, and again they don't?
Is that you have to push. You have to push.
We have to push or tell them to stop promising?
I don't know if you can, because you know, you cannot go where your mind hasn't gone, Moses. In life, your mind has to go to a place and then you follow it. And so my feeling is that the intent is there, and I have worked with them and we've got some stuff done that is good stuff. But this stadium thing is just something we need to push more and fight more to get it done. Because my fear is that we'll start the year. Because it's October.
Yeah.
It's October half.
And the Kenya Premier League
it's 2.5 months to end of the year. If the sports fund is up and the money is there, I am sure we can close this. But the sports fund is 1 or 2 years in the making. It's not operational yet. A lot of the money is there. Again, yesterday, the DP promised me and promised us that it's going to be operational again. So we're going to fight. And as football, we fight and push. The will is there, I can tell you. To find the money is a story.
Yeah, the promises yesterday, there were also another set of promises, and exactly is saying that the DP promised. And yesterday, actually, it was a different set of promises, and these are some of the promises that the Deputy President, William Samoei Ruto, promised the national team and maybe the sport lovers yesterday.
Allowances that were expected for this match to move on, though it delayed initially, but All the monies now have been released by yesterday. A total of 25 million shillings is now available for you guys to prepare for this match. And all the other allowances will be paid. And going forward, we know we have two commitments we have made. One is that we must have an official bus for Harambee Stars. And I want to commit that next month, that bus will be available for your use. If you give us this win, the government of Kenya is going to give 50 million shillings to Harambee Stars. Are we together? Tuko pamoja? Unasikia mdosi? I want to tell you the good news is that now the government of Kenya has committed a special fund to ensure that all our sportsmen and women have the requisite infrastructure, will have the necessary financial support, from athletics to football to all the other games in the country, and the Ministry of Sports and Culture will have the resources necessary going forward to make sure that the potential, the tremendous potential that exists for sports in our country.
Yeah, we're getting also another promises here, and these are issues that maybe if they come to be a reality, they will be very positive, and they'll help the federation at the same time, they'll help the national team, because these are our boys.
So let me thank him first, Moses, because his presence yesterday was big for us. You know, when a team is on the verge of a big thing like tomorrow, if a leader like the DP shows up and puts a clamp on it, don't take it for granted. It's a big thing for us. So to thank him for doing that, take minutes to come and do it, because before they weren't doing it. I really thank you for that. That's one. Two is that the money we asked for, the 25 million to prepare for Ethiopia, home and away, we received yesterday, final, finished, the players are paid, the hotels are paid, the tickets are sold on. As I speak to you now, today afternoon we have paid the players all their money. So I can tell you, tomorrow there won't be a story about money, there won't be a story about preparations. All right? And that's all they asked for. So to that extent, I'm saying again, thank you. After this push, after all this, it's been done at the right time. So that's one. But the big thing from what we spoke yesterday with him and the PS is the sports fund. Get it operational. There is substantial money there so that the budget we asked for beginning of the year, 800 million or so, to football, is given to football. And then we can get it done, because we have shown Moses now for 3 years that we get the players here, that we are well organized, that money doesn't get lost, and that we invest in them all the time. We don't know the players are sent to date. We bring them here, we fly Olunga from Japan, 14, 16 hours, business class, because it's too far for him to score the goals. It's not cheap, $5,000, $6,000 to get him here. Sometimes it's complicated. Same thing with Victor. And therefore, and the other players that come. And so that commitment that he showed yesterday is what we're looking for. And the players are saying to him, we don't want anything more than that. And I'm happy for that. Now the thing is, the boys are going to win tomorrow. So let's look at it. In this group, I want to be clear so everybody understands it. There are two scenarios. One is that Sierra Leone stays in the group. If Sierra Leone stays in the group, they will lose the matches against Ghana for Thursday and Monday on the basis of 3-0, 3-0. That means Ghana will go top of the group with 9 points. We will be second with 4 points. If we win tomorrow, we will be second with 7 points. All right? That means if Sierra Leone decide to come to Kenya, all we need is a point from them. We are home and dry, mathematically. That's one scenario. The other scenario is that Sierra Leone doesn't comply with FIFA. They are removed from the group. If they are removed, Ethiopia will have 1 point that they got from us. If we beat them tomorrow, then we'll be on 7 points ahead of Ghana. They will fight out with Ghana in November in Ethiopia, and then we will qualify with whoever they fight out. So tomorrow, if the second scenario applies, Kenya qualifies tomorrow. That's why Kenya versus Ethiopia tomorrow at Kasarani.
It's a very critical tie.
It's a vital tie. since 2003.
It is a vital tie, and it is a tie that the head tactician, Sebastien Migne, is saying it is a must-win tie. I know there has been a lot of talks about the pay of Sebastien Migne and the letter that he had written to FKF, an issue that I know will be sorted, but he's saying he's a focused man. He knows what he's supposed to do tomorrow, and he will simply go out there and aid the charges get that 3 points.
First, I like Kenya. I have one target is to qualify this team and to participate with my boys to the next AFCON or 2021. Because at the beginning it was the target, don't forget it. We are maybe in advance. After, yes, there is some problem of money, we know that. It's not necessary to speak too much about it. Normally, everything will be saved very soon. I hope so much, because it's necessary, and I'm a professional, but actually I have only one target, to give the best with my players, to develop the spirit, but we are not bad at that. Link up of offensively the game of my team. It's only my aim for the future. At the moment, it's just to be focused about the game, to try to win this game. It will be so amazing for us, for all of you also, because when you can participate for AFCON, I can tell you for you it's better when your national team can participate. Otherwise, maybe your channel will send 1 or 2 journalists for the AFCON, no more, you know, and it will be so interesting. It's only my target now. After we have time to regularize everything. I hope the support of the government for it, my president, and but it's sure the victory will help us for that.
Here's the quote that he's saying he knows what he's supposed to do, and tomorrow is the day that he will try as much as possible to get those points. Maybe not the happiest of tacticians, something that maybe you will not see on the pitch because he delivers. What's the exact situation as he prepares this team?
So I'll tell you, I've been working with a couple of coaches. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. And if you look at this team, 80% of this team we had before. He has made a couple of key changes. If you look at Dennis Odiambo, if you look at right back, if you look at he had made a few key changes, and those changes have made sure we didn't concede a goal against Ethiopia. And so, for me, is to say that I think the boys are ready. I think he is ready. I think he knows what he's doing. He's a super coach, works so hard on the pitch. I'm just from training right now, and I can tell you, those boys are buzzing to go. They want to go, they want to win, they want to be in the Cup of Nations, more than we do. Now, yesterday, in that photo you're seeing there, a promise was made to him that end of this week, he will have been settled all his dues. And by the way, Moses, you know we kept Paul put for 3 months. We have managed to keep him now for 5 months. 3 months are not paid. By end of this week, we have a solid promise to get him paid. We get him paid, all this disappeared. It's a very small, it's the only piece that's remaining. That's why we don't talk about money. Because if we remove money from the table, really, he qualifies. He qualifies. And even without it, has done very well for us to say, you know what, let's put everything aside, let's play these matches, let's finish them, let's win them, put them in the bag, and then let's talk about anything else. I think we have a good technician. He can take us to the places we want. And the philosophy shows, pass the ball, keep the team together, fighting spirit, make sure you don't concede a goal in the last minutes when we have been conceding goals against Zambia. We conceded a goal in the 87th minute, Moses. Against Ethiopia, the same scenario, we didn't concede a goal. It tells you the toughness we have now with a good team. Only Ayub team there is not there in this team, in our original team. I think we have something good going. I think that we have a good coach. I am praying and hoping that this week we sort him out. It's a nightmare for me when we have to wake up and discuss it. And I'm praying that, you know, as we have done and government has done for us now today and yesterday and the day before, that in the future we're playing again in Mauritius for the Olympics qualifiers. I want to tell you, Moses, that Kenya has never been in the qualifiers of the Olympics. For the first time, we play at home against Mauritius in November and away We want to qualify for the Olympics.
So there is a lot that we should be looking forward. We will take a short commercial break, but the Football Kenyan Federation President Nick Mwendwa is still here. There is a lot that he'll be telling us what exactly the Federation has done from the time they came in office. And trust you me, also, the ladies of football, they're saying they are doing wonders. And the Starlets on their side, they also have a responsibility and maybe some few things that they ought to do. I know we'll also be joined by Kevin Kimathi, who is at Impala, the Floodlights actually. It's some rugby extravaganza that is going down there. So he will be telling us in brief what exactly should we expect from that side. But we have that and much more after this short commercial break.
Scoreline, in association with